So, um, I I have an idea, and I'm curious how it will go. And so this is just for documentation. I just want to document my journey. I want to see how this turns out because I'm curious how it goes. So me and a friend of mine, we sat down a couple months back, and we were trying to do something different. If you don't know anything about me, hi, my name is Adam. I'm a graphic designer, video editor, videographer, I guess you could say. That's a funny way to say that I like to film things. For some extra background on why shirts, we thought it would be a good idea, right? One of the biggest things that we wanted to do was, obviously sell shirts, but I want, and sort of the vision here is that we want it to be sort of, how do I explain it? Skate branded, I guess is the way. Big heavier shirts with, something nice. So I wanted to show you guys sort of the first steps into making shirts, and what this video will continue to do is show our progress throughout our entire shirt process. This is currently our Amazon order. It sits at $370.22. Not a lot of shirts. I think overall, this is 14. It is mostly shirts, but the big part of it is the heat press, because what we're going for is a DTF transfer on these shirts. Just to make, I like DTFs. I think it's like the best way to make a shirt in-house, especially when you don't have super expensive equipment, things like that. Here is our other big order here of $124.43. That will go up because we are missing one order currently. But here's all of our designs that we're currently doing, and I'll show you the mock-ups in just a moment. But here is currently our Google Sheet that we put up. I may blur this out just, for the sake of it. But as you can see, everybody's different sizes. Everybody wants different front graphics and back graphics. But I outlined everything we need. Me and another friend of mine sat down and made this Excel sheet. He's super good at making Excels, so I want to, do that. So here is our designs that we're going for here. So this is going to be the main front shirt that you've seen on that graphic. That lists like the pocket. So this is the pocket graphic. Here is the slim graphic. Big fan of the pocket and the slim. And so that's mainly our big ones. Here's the back. So like I said, I come from a wrestling background. This picture was taken by Charms Photos for one of the wrestling organizations I film at. This is Beck Reeves and Nick Ultima. Two fantastic wrestlers. Love them to death. They're great. So this is our main big one. Catch every moment. It's going to be sweet. Here is Crank Until I Die. A lot of people like this. I made this as a joke. People love it. I think it's kind of sweet, and I think it's a lot of fun to look at, so we're going to do that one. The big one that we're putting on the back is... Let me grab this. I love my wife. So the mock-up isn't perfect, but again, so this is I love my wife. It's going to go on the back of a t-shirt, and a lot of people are rocking the always throwing pocket. Excel sheet, how much we're spending. It's quite a hefty amount, but split between two people and the work being split up, I'm expecting it to go well. I think the only thing, again, that I'm worried about is the look of the graphic, because I'm afraid that the resolution may not be high enough on them. I really hope they are. I'm curious how these will work out, and the reason why we're doing such a small batch of 12 shirts for everybody is to get sort of like a general consensus of like, how long will they last? Will they hold up? Do they look good? That sort of thing, so we can sort of refine it before we go fully like in on, hey, buy a shirt, right? So that's the intro. Hopefully next time I see you guys, I will be getting a package in the mail, and we'll do some setup. So let's see where we go. I lied. Just a tad. I lied. Just a little bit. So last time I talked, I said that I got that, next time you'd see me opening up boxes and then, doing the whole process of setting up. I got excited. I actually did end up setting up the whole process and actually doing quite a few shirts. I did a lot of printing, and I'd like to show you guys the process, how I've been doing shirts. Kind of a pain, not gonna lie, because I did mess up. So I thought, a big size, big t-shirt, because I'm a big fan of the big, the big illustrations on the back. I'm gonna be honest with you, my heat press is a 12 by 12. My shirts were a width of 14 inches and a length of 24. So I did goof up. However, it did come out really, really nice. And I'll show you guys here. So the process is really, really simple. I just start by, taping down my thing as normal, as you should. I tape it down to the shirt, make sure all of the sides are taped completely so it doesn't fall out, because like I said, it's like a 16, I can't even remember the dimensions. So I try to tape down as much as I can so the actual graphic doesn't fall off the t-shirt, and also whenever I'm printing it and heat pressing it, it stays together. And then so what I do, I sort of preheat my little heat press here. I think we preheat it to 320, which I know that you can do DTFs at 300. I just prefer the 320 because I seem to get better results out of the 320 compared to the 300, especially since I hot peel. I don't know if that's a good idea. Please let me know, because again, I'm very new to this. The only stuff that I've really done is do a little research on what kind of garments and stuff I wanted to use. And so once it's preheated to 320, open up the slide. I try to keep the slide, I try to keep it closed during the preheat process so it's kind of warm. I don't know if that changes anything, but that's what I normally do. And then once that's ready, I put it onto my little, I guess, landing pad, the little pushy thing. Make sure it's lined up to where I'm getting as much of it, and as you can see in the video, it doesn't fit because I'm a goofball. And then once it comes out and is ready to be peeled, I go ahead and just start the peeling process. In this video, you can see how I've already sort of started, just so I can, sort of one-hand it, and then you can see me just kind of say forget it. But they turned out so clean. I was so proud of it. And then last but not least, I just completely peel it off, and it looks so phenomenal. It turned out so nice, and I was really proud of the entire thing, and it feels so good. The back of the shirt feels fantastic. It doesn't really, it feels heavy because it's just a heavier shirt, but the actual graphic itself, it feels like a normal t-shirt that I'd wear, which is very nice, and I really like it. And so yeah, that's sort of the process there, and here's some footage of the shirt. Look how pretty it is. And so now that we have shirts printed, I actually got some orders out already. Thankfully, people do believe in me, which I do appreciate. I wouldn't have been able to do this without a lot of people involved. I wouldn't be able to do it without, you know, my friend Dale. Love him to death. He's fantastic, and he's great. Other people I'd love to sit down and, you know, thank that let me do this. Obviously, my fiance, she's great. She helped me out, especially with like the first couple t-shirts, because in the video you guys seen me working on a Walmart table, which we got a couple weeks back. But before that, I was working in the floor, and she'd sit there with me in the floor, making sure that everything was good. So she's been super helpful. And then also, big shout outs to Charms Photos, also Chrystal, whatever you want, Charms or Chrystal, fantastic. She is fantastic to work with, and I was so happy that she was down for me to use the photo. Of the next people I want to shout out, and that's Beck Reeves and Ultima. If you've not seen them wrestle, please go watch them, because like I said before, like I love wrestling, and so I film for a company called Elite Wrestling Alliance. They're fantastic. I love everybody over there, but Nick and Beck absolutely tear the house down every time that they're there, and I love their style. So those guys are just fantastic to watch, and you need to go watch their matches. I can link a couple to EWA, and you know, all that good business. It's a process, and you'll see this process. I want to make update videos every now and then to see where I'm at, but already where we're sitting, thank you to everybody. I really appreciate everybody that has supported, you know, me and my friend Dale, in making this like a reality, and not just a you know, a back burner idea, right? It's something that I've wanted to do for a long time, and it was something he's been wanting to do, so it lined up perfectly. Thinking about going live in January, because we do have a website and stuff like that, but I want to make sure the domain's free and all that good stuff, so you know, everybody can look at it. Other things that we're working on is the lookbook. That's a super big important deal for me. I want to get a lookbook out, so everybody can see what they look like, and you know, make sure that, you know, everything looks fantastic. And yeah, like we got a lot of stuff planned, and we plan on doing like customs for people, maybe one-offs and stuff like that, but you know, nothing crazy. But our biggest things are, you know, always throwing the actual, you know, brand, and then we want to do like some side customs and stuff like that, because people always want side customs and all sorts of stuff. And so I'm super excited, and I'm super thankful for everyone that sat down with me and really helped me out, helped me and Dale sort of work on this, and you know, be the best that we can, right? We even talked about, you know, changing printing and stuff like that already, but honestly, where we're at currently, I'd love to see where it goes, and I'd love to see what happens, because I really want this to thrive and succeed, and I think we have a really good idea of how we want it to go. But again, thank you all so much. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I don't know if anybody will watch this, and that's fine. I don't care. It's really just for my own enjoyment and my own amusement. But yeah, I'm out. I will see you guys on the flip side. Hopefully I'll have an update on the lookbook and stuff, maybe about December or so, and all that good business. But thank you. Leave a like if you liked it, subscribe if you liked it, all that good business. Have a good one.